Quiet down.
Oh, no way, she did
Welcome
not.
back to Decadorks. We're the 12-sided guys.
They were doing that last weekend.
Hey,
Oh, I love
enough.
nuts.
Hey. I may be your substitute today, but I still demand respect. Okay, let's get started with roll call. We have Scott as Toonces.
I don't know how to drive.
Jeez.
We have Sabrina as Sally No Name.
Not everybody knows how to do everything.
Jordan as Crisscross Lacrosse.
Yeah, I'm so sexy. Look at me. I'm Crisscross Lacrosse.
Matt as Little Willie Klumpenmacher. Yeah, that is me. I'm a little German boy. And me, I'm Paul. I'm your substitute today. Just a heads up, there is no lesson plan today. So just a couple of
Are we
notes.
watching Bill Nye the Science Guy today, then?
I was just about to ask if we're watching Bill Nye. Let's get
Hey,
the Bill Nye
Roll
going.
like TV.
Quiet down. Hey, if we're quiet, we can do heads up 7-Up, okay?
Oh,
We can do
I
heads
love
up
that game.
7-Up once we get through the stuff we need to get through.
I'm
Okay?
gonna touch my crush's finger, and he's gonna know it's me.
All right, it says here.
Oh, yeah.
It says here, make sure to mention Patreon. You get some bonus content with Patreon, including your neighbor's potatoes. Okay, something about your neighbor's potatoes. Also, it says here to make sure to go and shop at the 12-Sided Guys shop at 12sidedguys.com. Okay, I think that's everything. Oh, one more thing. If you ever had to sub out one mutant for another until you could find some pizza, then this podcast is for you. What the heck is this? I do not understand this. Anyway, it's Course of the Forsaken, episode 69.
69, dude!
He sounded more and more northeastern as that
I
went
know.
on.
You slowly moves to Boston throughout that intro.
Forget about it.
I think I'll go to Boston.
You know what, though? Being a substitute is wicked hard.
Wicked high. That's pretty good.
This is why I don't do accents.
But
Well,
you did do an accent.
You did do an accent. It was really good.
Anyway, welcome back to Chorus of the Forsaken in our campaign where we have entered into the Feywild. Last time we were together, our heroes were going through a cave underneath the castle of the court of Fen and Fog. As they wound their way through this tunnel of love type of thing, they beached their little rowboat because of some vines that they did not want to touch. As Sylvie was casting a fireball to bring down the vines hanging along the path, we had 3 people, almost 4, fall asleep magically, but Guy is unable to fall asleep, even due to magical means. He is immune to magical sleep, and Sylvie made her save. But we were able to see some dreams that Ornan and Mogram had. We don't need to go into those because I'm pretty sure that some of our players don't know about them still. As Guy and Sylvie woke up Ornan and Mogram and Baldric, they got back in the rowboat, continued their journey, and then they saw, as they wound their way through this cave, they saw a place where there was actually some dressed stone. It looks like the cellar or the basement of this castle. They saw a sort of tumble down wall, and inside they saw 2 trolls. One was hairy and the other one was green. And as they approached, they were able to make some good checks to convince them that they were allowed into the castle, but they were attacked from behind by a night hag. A fight ensued where It was really pretty one-sided. I mean, let's be honest. Baldric cast slow, and the two trolls were pretty pointless through the whole battle. The Night Hag did a little bit of damage, but for the most part, it was just mopping up. And as the two trolls died and the Night Hag was vanquished, that is where we left off last time with our heroes, Wilhelm Associates plus Baldric, in the cellar of the castle of the Court of Fen and Fog. We join you guys now there in this cellar. What are you guys going to do?
Well, I think we're on the right track. I think the Night Hag said that we weren't supposed to come through. Let's see what these trolls were guarding. The hairy troll here looks like...
He looks like a critter from the 80s movies, The Critters.
I was going to say he looks like somebody that you might see at like a truck stop.
I have met that guy.
He a little bit reminds me of the troll goblin thing from Ernest Scared Stupid.
Oh, he does.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
Does.
Miak.
Ernest.
But you didn't think I could find Miak.
The one he kisses at the end?
Yes. You can't see my jaw, but it was wiggling back and forth. You guys are here in this cellar. It's about 50 feet east to west and about 30 feet north to south. There are mushrooms growing up between the cracks in the stones. There is some kind of rubbish. Rubbish? Is that a word? Rubbish?
Rubbish?
Yeah. Rubbish. Trash.
There is some rubbish and trash, just kind of some detritus that's just all over the place. But there is a door on the western wall, so the far end of the wall from where you came in. What do you guys want to do?
Were the hags carrying any, or were the trolls or the lady that we killed carrying anything of note?
No, nothing substantial. Some little knickknacks and things like some teeth, a couple of bones. The trolls are wearing loincloths.
Okay.
Margrim pockets the teeth.
Classic.
You just never know. You never know when you need some extra teeth.
I feel like I'm learning so much about you. Apparently, Guy will pull out his book and make a note on a page. It's like listing another one of Margrim's fetishes.
Stop writing in that journal, Guy. It's bugged.
Oh, you're right. I'll lock it back up.
All right, very good. Okay. You guys, there's this door. It looks like it's solid wood. It looks like it's old, but it looks like it's still very, very solid. Down here, all of the wood looks damp, but not necessarily like rotted through or anything. This doesn't look like the doors at the Swamp Sister's house.
And we don't need to get back into all of those jokes that we had to cut for the clean content.
Yes. No, we do not. We do not. Yes. This wood is sopping wet.
It's damn. Huh.
Damn, girl.
Ornan will turn the handle. Is it locked?
It's not locked.
All right. Ornan will step in.
Okay. You open the door, and you see there is this small little alcove. In it, it looks like this is probably a place where they would store goods or something that needed to come in from the river and then would be taken up into the rest of the castle. But it is currently empty. However, you do spot more of these unique mushrooms that, Ornan, you have never seen in your lifetime.
Can I take a clipping of one and just
wonder if they taste good?
You can take a clipping of one. You can take as many as you want. These things are growing like crazy.
I just want to put it in my bag.
Okay, sure. Make a Constitution save.
Oh, as I pick it?
Yeah.
I've heard that Ornan's a pretty fun guy.
Now for exhaustion, do I have disadvantage on ability saves too?
I think the new one is take away 2 from everything.
Take away 2 from everything. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, every D20 roll, yeah.
All right. So that is a 20 Constitution save.
You are fine. You're able to grab a couple of these stalks of this mushroom, these mushrooms that are growing around. As you kind of pluck them or cut them a little bit, you can see that some spores sprinkle down off of them onto your hand. And it seems like there's more spores than normal from a mushroom. And they're almost like glowing a little bit golden. And as they get on your hand, you feel a little tingle, but nothing happens. And you're able to put these mushrooms then into your bag.
Okay, I'd like to take 2.
Yeah, go for it. You got 2.
Okay, awesome.
Okay. There's another door that leads up into the north, and as you open it, you see there is a staircase that actually heads up further into the castle.
All right, everyone, let's try to be quiet as we go up there. We've already made a ruckus down here, but they may not have heard it. And somebody's eating.
I thought I was muted.
Well, you got to keep that quiet if we're going to be going. If we're going to go through here
I'm
undetected.
Hey, who's eating in class? Hey, who's eating in class? Who's eating in class? I expect the same
Our normal
respect
teacher
that you
lets us eat in class.
Oh, sorry. Guys, those teeth are just delicious, though. They're just...
All right, well, quiet.
Sorry, I won't munch anymore.
Does anybody have any way to make us a little sneakier? I've heard that there's some songs or spells that make us harder to detect while we're trying to be sneaky.
When I take my shoes off, I can walk quieter, and Ornan will take his shoes off.
Baldric says, I can make us quiet, but I can't move it with us.
Oh.
I can play a song that will silence the area, but then once we move out of it, then the silence will come back.
Okay, I was hoping like a pass without trace type spell, but I don't have that either, so... All right, we'll just try to do it manually.
All right, so time to sneak. Is that what you guys want to do?
That's what Guy wants to do.
I mean, don't they already kind of know we're here? I mean, let's sneak, I guess, but they kind of know we're here.
You look around and Guy is gone because I rolled a 26.
Ooh.
Stealth.
Ornan got a 15.
I don't want to alarm you guys, but I'm not very sneaky. Margrim got a 7.
Well, Baldric got an 8.
Sylvie's is rolling, but it's taking forever. Okay, oh my god, Sylvie got a 7.
Margrim's leather is squeaking really loudly.
Guy is silent. He's finding all the shadows to stay in, and right behind him, everybody else is like stomping as loud as they can.
Ornan, was it any
Creaking
good?
leather, chewing on teeth.
Chewing on teeth. Gosh, that's so gross. That is so gross. All right. As you guys sneak up the way, we'll say that because Guy and Ornan, you are both silent, and everybody else is making a little bit more noise. You guys are kind of going first. I will give perception checks to Ornan and Guy.
Ornan got a 13.
And he got an 18.
All right. You hear, as you start moving up the stairs, you can hear what sounds like discussion or conversation. You hear a little bit of like clattering and some clinking. You hear sort of deep voices, but you can't understand what they're saying.
Okay.
But it sounds like something at the top of the stairs is making some noise.
All right. I will, looking back at everybody, I'll motion down like, let's get down, be quiet, stop eating teeth. And they're like corn nuts, Margrim. They're like corn nuts.
Loot. Oh. Oh gosh.
And then I'll point up and I'll say I'll try to motion to my ear like I hear somebody. I'm just starting to do a bunch of extra motions, way too many to try to communicate what I'm actually trying to communicate.
Well, I think we still have my astral mind link ritual thing that I had cast earlier.
Very good.
And then I'll think it like, oh yeah, I forgot we have this. Hey, I hear conversation upstairs, and sounds like maybe somebody's looking for something or moving things around or doing some cleaning. So just be careful. As soon as we get up to the top of the stairs, we're going to run into people.
I did not get that from your hand gestures, but all right.
You just keep hearing Baldric's thoughts just keep saying, don't let my mind wander, don't let my mind wander, don't let my mind wander, and then you keep seeing, like, Sylvie's butt.
Oh, hi.
Margrim's just all like, do you remember the 24th night of September?
Teeth.
All right. So you guys are moving up the stairs quietly. Here is what I will say. What was the lowest? It was a 7. You know what? I think you guys are okay. I'm going to move you guys over to a different map. You guys come around the corner as the stairs spiral around, and you see that as you take kind of around the last landing, there actually starts to be a little trickle of water running down the steps. And as you look behind you, it doesn't like pool up down below, but every step you take from this last landing, you see the water gets more and more and more until you get to the top step, and you can see there is a good 3 or 4 inches of water all across the floor. It is murky and brown. You see there is scum on it. You can see that there are even like grasses and stuff growing. You are still inside of the castle. There's, you've got a roof over your head. But as you come to the top of this staircase, you can see you are basically at the top of a hallway.
I thought you said they were cleaning up here. It looks like they're doing a really bad job.
I said moving things around or looking for something or cleaning.
I don't hear a pressure washer.
Well, I don't think it was the ladder.
No, Sylvie, these are stairs.
At the top of the stairs, Guy, you can kind of see a little bit. You can see there are some torches lit. There's a column. It's kind of around the corner. You can just kind of like a slice of the pie. You can see into this room, and you can see it looks like there's like some sort of big room beyond. You see like maybe a table with some cups or plates on it. You see a couple of figures moving around. Guy, what was your perception again?
18.
Guy, you see an odd creature. It looks like a frog, but it moves like a wolf or some sort of dog, some sort of canine. And
hey, everybody, I think I found Rash's brothers. Pimple, is that you, Pimple?
Or Zitz? Wasn't the other one Zitz?
Yes, Pimple and Zitz.
You can see just like movement just right at the edge of your vision, but clear as day, you see this sort of frog hound is curled up in the water and is like gnawing on a bone.
You ain't
and
nothing but a frog hound. Gnawing on a bone.
Hey, everybody, I vote we already have a bloodhound. I vote we call these guys froggy doggies.
Oh, that makes it sound way cuter than they are, though. They kind of look terrifying.
So what are you guys gonna do? You see that there's this wide open room. You can see there's figures. As you get closer now, Ornan and Guy, the sounds you hear, it's almost like what you hear is maybe people eating, like plates or spoons and forks scraping on plates or something. You hear, it sounds like conversation, but it's in a deep guttural language that none of you speak.
Wait, how far away are these frog wolves? Okay.
So from where you are,
wait,
Sylvie,
this guy
from
looks
the top,
super dapper. Is that the frog wolf or a frog general?
can you see him?
I can see a frog general. That's the only thing I can see.
Oh, Sylvie, you see something else. You see what looks like, it looks like there is a humanoid frog sitting at a bench wearing like a tunic. He's got like some pauldrons on, and it looks like he is sitting at a bench eating.
That dude rocks.
But he's wearing like human clothing, like humanoid clothing. So you've seen now a froggy doggy, and then you see this other more humanoid frog here in this court of Fen and Fog.
I immediately thought of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, and Mr. Toad being like, "Hello, you fellows!" The moment I saw this frog
car I see, toot toot. Is that one?
Yes, well, Mr. Frog's Wild
this
Ride.
new mania.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, okay. So here we are. You guys are at the top of the stairs. Nobody's noticed you. It looks like they are eating, like having a meal or something. Like maybe this is like a bank, like the hall or something.
Are we far enough away that I think I could cast Rosetta Stone without them noticing me casting a spell with verbal components?
Potentially. How long does it take to cast it?
It's an action.
An action? And it has verbal?
It does.
Why don't you make one more then stealth check to see how quiet you can be, because you still have to say it out loud. You don't have to clap your hands and go, Rosetta Stone, or something like that.
I believe I still have. Do I still have Bardic Inspiration from Baldric, or did I already use it? I can't remember.
You're not keeping track of that stuff?
There's not a convenient place on a character sheet to mark that kind of inspiration.
Well, he puts his hand on your shoulder and he says, I believe in you, that you can be quiet, you son of a bitch.
Okay, so I'm going to roll an extra D8 on that. Let's come on, big money. It's only an 11. Ugh.
There's a box for heroic inspiration on the top. I just use that.
Oh, yeah. That's the heroic inspiration, though.
I know, but
do I ever give you heroic inspiration?
Well, if you're a human like Magrim, then you get it after every long rest.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All right, you cast Rosetta Stone, and suddenly you hear a voice in this deep, kind of guttural language say, "Halt! Stop the feasting! Do you hear that?" And then everyone kind of stops, and you hear the sound of a bunch of benches like scooting back as a bunch of people stand up.
Let's just try to convince them we belong, guys, and don't eat the food.
Good plan. I'll just step out and I'll try to look as important, and I'll keep my visor down so they don't know I'm not a frog.
I could drop a sphere of darkness that might cover our tracks if we want to try to rush through.
If I fail, do that. Darken them
you
and
guys
we'll
are
run
still
through.
talking, and now we have things moving towards you.
Okay, go.
Okay, I'm gonna step out with scepter in hand, and I'll say, "Oh, hello, fellow knights of the Frog Knights. Just back from campaign. We're here, of course, to see the lady in the court of Fen and Fog. We belong here."
You see, as you step out, you can see now the hall is filled with these frogs. You see that there are, like what you saw earlier, the frog who's wearing like a jerkin with the pauldrons. You see like 4 or 5 of them. Actually, see 5 of them, and they seem to be squires, and they seem to be serving the other frog folk you see in here who are wearing plate armor. They appear a little bit bigger. They have big glaives leaning up against the wall or leaning against the table. It appears that this is some sort of a feudal system of frog knights. You also see throughout the hall, you see these froggy doggies laying about, kind of as dogs do. Imagine a medieval hall or like a Viking hall. The dogs are kind of walking amongst the tables, and that is what you see. You see the hall is long from north to south. There is a row of tables on the western side and a row of tables on the eastern side. At the far north, because you're coming up from the south side, you can see that there is a sort of a raised up area out of the water, and there is another table with 3 chairs and 3 place settings, and 2 of the chairs have black cloths hung over them. Off to the right, more towards the east, you can see that there's a little hallway, and there's a couple of doors on the south wall down this hallway. So there's more in here to see. And at the very far end of the hall, like where that raised area is, off to the right on the eastern wall, you can see that there is another way out. There is some stairs that go up further into the castle. But you have now been confronted by these frogs. You all step out. One of them steps forward, and he flares out his throat really, really big. And you can tell, just like with his body language, it is a sign of bravado. And he calls out, the only person who can understand is Guy.
Wait, didn't Sylvie cast Rosetta Stone earlier? Or was that
How
way
long
too?
does it last?
I think it lasts like an hour. So if it
Well,
was in the
you
canal...
cast it back with the Manhogany and stuff.
Oh, okay. It was a minute ago. Oh, man, Manhogany. What a specimen.
I miss that guy.
Okay, this frog knight steps forward and he says, "Halt! Who are you to enter into the court of Fen and Fog?"
My name is Sir Ross Lacrosse.
I do not understand what you are saying.
Do you know anything about potatoes? I'll try my other language of thieves' can't.
Wait, what are they speaking?
No idea.
They're not speaking anything that you understand.
Heck, okay.
You see, as you guys are entering into the room, you see that the armored frogs are moving closer up, The squire frogs are also kind of stepping in behind, and the froggy doggies look to be interested in what's going on. Also, with your perception of 18, Guy and who else had to go? Oh, Ornan, your perception. I think that now Sylvie and Mogram, you guys can both make perception checks now as well, as you've all kind of entered this space.
Oh gosh, Mogram got an 11.
Baldric got a 10.
Sylvie got a 15.
Sylvie with your 15, and then also with the 18 and the 15 of Guy and Ornan, you spot another figure in the back. You see that there is this other frog. He is heavier. He is where these other frogs are. I mean, they're big, like bullfrogs. This one is like, that really fat frog. You know what I'm talking about? Like I don't know what it's called.
The Pac-Man frog?
Sure, yeah. And it's just, but you see, he is sitting back on the bench. He has not moved yet. He's at the back of the hall, and he has a lute in his arms. It looks like this is some sort of a froggy bard.
Baldric, play your music. That's the universal language.
Sylvie, join him on the flute too.
Sylvie will whip out her flute and use the power of love to play good.
Baldric will pull out his lute as well and attempt to make a performance check. So do you want to make it and he'll give you advantage, or should he make it and with advantage from you?
He should probably make it with advantage from me.
And he may still have bardic inspiration from me too.
I'm more of a support character.
You know what? He rolled a 21 without having to use bardic inspiration. He pulls out his lute and he starts playing a melody. He starts singing a song. These guys don't understand the words, which is probably good because there's a lot of racial slurs. No, I'm just kidding.
Specifically about frogs and being clammy.
Yeah, it's talking about talking about slimy skin and stomping frogs and all that kind of stuff. But the frogs all kind of, you see that they start to relax a little bit in their body language. The main one steps forward again, this kind of frog knight. He steps forward and he says, "I cannot allow you past this point. Our lady requires privacy."
What language is he speaking in? Or could Ornan understand is what I'm asking?
Ornan does not understand.
Okay.
The only one who understands is Guy, and only because he has Rosetta Stone cast. I don't think it tells you what the language is. You can just understand it.
Mm-hmm. So here's what... Okay, I mean... guys, I have friendship, and I've never used that spell before. Although I call it, "Hey, buddy." So the problem is it only lasts a minute, and then afterwards they know that they've been charmed. So, oh, I know what I'll do. I will produce one of the hag's rings, and then I will point to the stairs, and that like as if I need to go that way.
Okay. The knight steps up to look at the ring. I will give everyone an insight check.
Oh man,
this is gonna be fun.
I'm worried about this. Ornan got a 20.
Guy got a 15.
Malcolm got a 23.
Nice, guys. Sylvie got a 6.
Baldric got a 21. As Guy produces this ring and this frog knight steps forward to look at it, Sylvie, you're like, yeah, good idea. Everybody else is like, uh-oh, probably not the best. As this frog then jumps back 20 feet out of range, draws his glaive and points it at you and says, "That is Our Lady Orchid's ring. You're the ones who killed her." And we are going to roll initiative.
Oh dear.
God damn it, even I know that wasn't good.
I was trying to show that we were bringing it back to them. Like, we found this and we wanted to return it or something. I mean, it's hard when you can't, say what you're trying to say.
Ornan got a 3.
Sylvie got a 23.
Guy got a nat 20 for a 22.
Malcolm got a 14.
Oh. Hey, listeners, there are so many frogs in this room.
There are so many
1,
frogs
2,
in this
3,
room.
4, 7. There's 16 frogs that I can see. 17 frogs that I can see from where I'm at.
Yeah, I really didn't want to fight these frogs.
But they're clumped together quite nicely for you.
And Baldric got a 20. All right, that's going to take us to the top of the initiative. We have got, so just so everyone understands, this room is quite large. We've got a smattering of frog knights, some frog squires, some froggy doggies. There is one, I'll call him a bullywug bard. That is where we're at right now. They're all at least 10 or 12, maybe 15 feet away from Guy, who is in the front. But we are going to start at the top of the initiative with Sylvie.
All right, well, I have a feeling these bitches are weak against electricity if I know anything from Pokemon. So Sylvie is going to cast Storm Sphere.
Storm Sphere. Okay.
And I'm gonna, let's see, it's 20 feet, so however I can get the most bang for my buck.
And it's 20-foot radius, right?
Correct, yes. Yeah, move it a little bit over so it can have some more of these froggy hounds. Doggy froggies, yeah.
Okay, wow, okay. There are 2 froggy doggies, there are 3 knights, there are 2 squires, and then 2 more froggy doggies all underneath. Actually, there's 3 squires. So, okay, 3 knights, 3 squires, and 4 froggy doggies all underneath this circle.
And it's strength saving. 16.
Strength saving throws. Okay, we've got the froggy doggies. They have a +2 to this roll. There are 4 of them. So we have got, what's the difficulty?
16.
16? Only one of them made it. How much damage do they take?
Okay, so it's 24 damage for that, and then until the spell ends, you use a bonus action on each of your turn to cause lightning to leap. So that is a 4d6.
Okay, well, first off, just with that, the initial roll, all but one of the froggy doggies is... How much damage was that again?
24.
All of the froggy doggies are dead.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, wow.
They got wrecked.
All 3 of the squires are dead without any save.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, even if they made the save, it wouldn't matter. So we're just going to roll for the knights. You hear one of them call out, "Oh, my sister's son! I shall avenge him!" They all fail, so they all take how much damage? 22?
24.
24? Oh my gosh.
So trying to shortchange me.
Did we just kill the entire court?
No, you guys took out the wieners.
Until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on each of your turns, so I'm assuming that means this one too, for a bolt of lightning to leap from the center of the sphere towards one creature within 60 feet, make a ranged spell attack, and then it takes 4d6. So that's a 19 to hit.
Oh, that does hit. These frogs are wearing plate armor, but which of these 3 knights did you want to hit? Left, right, or middle?
So it's actually going to be somebody outside the sphere within 60 feet.
Oh, outside the sphere.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Let's get the dude, the little froggy buddy who's at the very back. Let's just kill him if we can.
This guy?
The bard frog?
The bard?
No, the one who's a little bit closer.
Oh, the froggy
That one,
doggy.
Yeah, froggy
Yes,
doggy,
okay.
yes, yeah, because I think I can just, kill him easy.
Oh, then
so.
yeah, you totally hit. Go ahead and roll damage. If you beat 11 hit points, then he's dead.
Yeah, 19.
Okay. Another dead frog dog.
Alright, that's it for Sylvie. She's gonna hang out for a minute.
Very good. All right, Sylvie, that's your turn. A very effective turn. Guy, it is your turn. What are you going to do? It looks like already there's quite a bloodbath as these green bodies are floating in this 3 or 4 inches of water that covers this hall. But they were really cute. They were super cute.
Okay, well, Guy is gonna. There's a knight and squire. It looks like outside of the storm sphere, off to my right.
Mm-hmm.
So Guy is going to head up that way and kind of split the difference between the 2 of them.
Okay.
And he's going to take his first attack with the queen's right hand at the squire.
Okay.
That's only a 10 to hit.
That will miss.
Okay, then they'll follow it up with the 2 spectral swings. The first one is a 16 and the second one's a nat 1.
So the 16 will hit.
Okay, and then, jeez, 9 force damage.
This poor frog teenager is hurting so bad. So bad.
Hey, Sylvie, remember when you killed that one little kid squire? Like, I can see why you liked it so much.
It feels good.
I feel so powerful.
All right. Guy, is there anything else you're going to do?
No.
Okay. Baldric, it is Baldric's turn. He is going to stick to a cantrip. He is going to step up a little bit towards the squire that you just hit, Guy, and he is going to strum his lute and say, "I hope you croak, as in die." And then that is vicious mockery.
It always works better when you have to explain it.
He's got to make a 15 wisdom save. His wisdom save is, fails. That's going to be 2d6. There is no way he can survive this. He's got 2 hit points left, 6 hit points, and this frog squire dies. There is literally only one of these teenage frogs left. These frog squires. There are still 5 knights.
And I hope these teenage frogs aren't named after any sort of famous artists or anything. That would make me feel real bad.
Well, there was Genghis Frog and Napoleon Bona Frog, and then there were the punk frogs.
Yes.
I think they wore Hawaiian shirts for some reason.
Well, Baldric's turn is over, which now leads us to the Frog Knights. Within this sphere, is it difficult terrain or anything like that?
No, it doesn't say that. It just says whirling air. Each creature that ends there or is there when it appears must make the strength save. Creatures within 30 feet of the sphere have disadvantage on wisdom checks, but that's it.
One of the Frog Knights leaps forward and lands with a splash right next to Guy. Guy now has 2 of these Frog Knights next to him. Ornan, the 2 other Frog Knights that were within the Storm Sphere, they leap out as well towards you. And now Ornan has 2 Frog Knights surrounding him. We have 1 more Frog Knight, and the closest is Guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and can barely get in range of Guy. They all carry glaives. We are going to start with Ornan. Ornan, you have got 2 of them attacking at you.
All right.
They each get to make 2 glaive attacks. They have +5 to this. So the first one is going to attack you twice and is going to get a 17 or an 11.
Neither of those will hit.
Okay. The second one is going to swing at you twice and is going to get, even worse, a 16 or a 10.
Again, neither of those hit.
All right. That is their turn. One of the frogs close to Guy is going to flare out his throat, and you hear this deep and within 30 feet, Mogrim, make a wisdom saving throw.
Okie dokie.
This is awesome, guys.
24.
You are fine. You felt this really intense desire to help this frog in any way possible, but you managed to resist. That was his bonus action, and now he is going to take 2 swings at Guy. Guy, does a 24 or a 9 hit you?
The 24 will hit, and he immediately takes 20 cold damage.
Oh, I like that.
And you are going to take 6 slashing damage.
Well, he did get rid of the rest of my... I did have the rest of my investiture of the void, so...
Okay.
Was this guy hurt in the storm sphere? Is he still alive?
He's still alive. Yep, he's still alive. We have got those 2 that were close to Ornan and Sylvie. They both let out croaks as well. Ornan, you need to make a wisdom save, and Sylvie, you need to make a wisdom save as well.
Sylvie got a 19.
Is this a spell effect?
Well, this is not a spell specifically. No,
Okay.
this is a natural thing that it can do. So no, I'd say no.
Well, that would be a 6 then.
Okay.
But wait.
But
wait. Ornan says, "You call that a spell?" And he's going to roll it again, and this time with a +9.
Oh my gosh.
And I got a nat 20 for a 29 this time.
You are
I love
not
that.
charmed. Oh my gosh. All right. Oh my gosh. Well, okay, so Ornan and Sylvie both managed to avoid being charmed. Mogram has managed to avoid being charmed. We've got 2 more of these knights that have not gone. One of them is going to croak at Guy, and one of them is going to croak at Baldric. So, Guy, make a... Actually, wait, no, they're both going to attack at Guy first. Does an 8 or a 15 hit you?
Those both miss.
And the second one, oh my gosh, does a 7 or a 16 hit you?
16 is my AC.
Okay, you are going to then take 7 slashing damage, and then they both let out croaks. I need a wisdom saving throw from Baldric and from Guy. Baldric is fine with a 21.
And Guy got a 13?
You made it by 1, yes. So nobody was charmed by these knights. Okay.
Yeah, because they're frogs, not princes. We're not being charmed by them bitches.
Oh, I know what I'm doing my next round.
Oh, no.
All right, that brings us now to Mogram. Mogram, you are still kind of by the entrance on the south side of this banquet hall. There are 2 knights close to you that have been attacking Ornan. Then you can see that Guy is almost surrounded by more of these knights. What are you going to do?
Okie dokie. Mogram is going to pull out his kind of symbol of Kelemvor and Dragon Ball Z style, this ethereal swirling ether springs up around him.
Okay.
So 15-foot radius. And I'm trying to understand now the way that this works under the new rule set. So hopefully this will kind of help somewhat clarify things. So when you cast this spell, you can designate creatures to be unaffected. So, of course, anybody that's in my party is unaffected. But any other creature's speed is halved in the emanation. And whenever the emanation enters a creature's space, and whenever a creature enters the emanation or ends its turn there, the creature must make a wisdom saving throw and take damage. So I think that hits these 2 guys, the ones that are next to Ornan.
I think that they will both have to make the wisdom saving throw. Yes.
Perfect. We'll have them do that.
So 2 wisdom saving throws?
Yeah, DC 17.
Okay, one of them made it, the other one failed.
Okay, the damage roll then is 17 radiant damage. So the one that's saved will take half.
Okay.
And then I'm going to walk forward, come in here, just stand right behind Guy to get all the other ones also in the aura.
Okay, so we have 3 more saving throws coming your way. It looks like one of them saved and the other 2 did not. How much was that damage again? It was 17?
17.
Okay. One of them is looking really rough. The one that took the brunt of Guy's armor is looking rough. The other 2 have now been hurt to 1 degree or another.
I think that's it for me for now.
Okay. Well, that is going to bring us now to the Bullywug Bard.
Hey, do these bullywugs have teeth? I know that's been a debate in the D&D community for years.
No, I have them in my pocket.
Oh, gross.
They have a bite attack, so I think they do have teeth.
Well, what kind of damage does their bite attack do? That's the question.
Bite attack does piercing damage, so
okay,
yeah.
They have teeth.
That implies teeth, yeah.
All right. This, the Bard, the Bullywug Bard is going to leap forward 5, 10, 15, 20. So he is moving towards the combat with Guy, and then he is going to let out this really, really deep croak. And every ally within 30 feet of him, which I think is most of them, that's everybody, all of the frogs, except for the 2 that have been attacking Ornan, as well as the Froggy Doggy, they all now have advantage on their next attack.
Boo!
Yay! That was his turn. And now, from one of these doors to the south, you hear a commotion, and then the door flies open, and you see that there are 2 big fat frog chefs. They are standing there in this kitchen of the castle.
Place.
I wish we didn't have to kill these guys. They're so cool.
They are
I'm
really
worried
cute.
We're not the good guys. They don't look evil.
Yeah, we just walked into their party and just started murdering them.
Yeah, you
So
kinda
anyway,
did.
I started blasting.
We tried negotiating.
Hey, they attacked us. It is their turn. These guys are big. These guys are actually bigger than the knights. It doesn't look like they're as well armed, but they both have pot lids in their hands like shields, and they both somehow have these kind of ornate looking spears that they would roast a hog on, like a spit or something. But they both come charging out of this kitchen. One of them can get to Magram, the other one can't quite. He does enter into the swirling ether, and so it is going to need to make a wisdom saving throw or take 17 damage, and manages to roll. Nope, not enough. So 17 damage to this cook. Woohoo! But this cook now is going to swing one time with this spear, and then one time taking a bite at you. Magram does a 23 hit.
A 23 will hit.
You're going to take 12 piercing damage, and what I need from you, I need you to make a strength save, difficulty 13.
Ooh, okay. Oh, that's a 4.
You are knocked prone.
Oof.
Okay.
And then with its second attack, it's going to bite at you. It has advantage on this attack because you are
Watch
prone.
out for its teeth.
That is going to be almost a crit. It comes biting down at you, and it is going to deal 9 more piercing damage.
It's a constitution save, right, for the check?
The first damage that you took was 11, so it just needs to be 10.
Okay.
It's half the damage or 10, whichever is higher.
Oh, I got a nat 1.
Oh, no.
Dang it.
Come on.
Whirling ether goes away.
You don't have Bardic Inspiration?
You should have Bardic Inspiration unless you've already used it.
Oh, I guess I do. I do have one more Bardic Inspiration where I have not used it yet.
It's a D8.
Not enough.
Oh,
I got a 3.
That's the Jordan we know and love.
Yeah. Although, actually, hold on. This is me being cheesy. I don't know if you're going to be okay with this, but I had... Last time when we were, right before we entered combat, I had marked a bunch of us with Ilmater's Bond of Sacrifice, and that gives all those creatures a d4 that they can add to attack rolls, ability checks, or saving throws for the next 10 minutes.
I forgot about that.
I can't remember who you chose for that.
It was, so it's 4 willing creatures, so it was all of us except for Baldric.
Okay.
Baldric's like, I see how this is.
Is that because he's not willing, or because we're just excluding him?
We're just excluding him. He's just not cool enough.
I mean, is he even on track to become a partner?
I can't believe you guys would say such
That's up
things
for
about my
debate
boy.
He's gunning for associate right now. I mean,
Baldric turns
we're
to you,
still-
Sylvie, and says, I don't think your friends like me.
He doesn't even have a salary yet.
They just don't worry
Come
about
on,
it.
Sylvie, let's go.
All right, but if you're okay with it, I'm going to try to add my D4 to this Constitution
Go
save to
ahead.
see if we can keep
Go
this
ahead.
thing up. Come
Yeah.
on. Oh, dang it. It needed to be more than that.
All of that
No.
ended up with a 9. With all those extra rolls, you ended up with a 9. Oh, so close.
This game is
man.
broken, guys.
This
I don't
game
know.
is broken. All right, well, that is the cook's turn. It is now the turn of the lone surviving squire. And he is going to stand behind one of the knights who's been attacking at Guy. He's going to give the help action to that knight. So now that knight, for both of his attacks, will have advantage. And that brings us to the lone surviving froggy doggy. All right, this lone surviving froggy doggy is going to, it's way on the east side of the room. It is going to rush. It has a 40-foot movement. It is going to not rush, but leap through the air and land right next to Guy and Magram. Magram, you are already on the ground. Guy, this attack is coming at you. I need to see if I can hit you first.
Okay.
With a natural one, this frog attempts to land on top of you to knock you prone and totally whiffs and splats in the water, gets up on its legs and kind of looks around like, did anyone see me? And that is the Froggy Doggy's turn. All right. Ornan, Opal Bleacher, we have made it to the bottom of the initiative order, and it is your turn. Woo! There are two of these knights surrounding you.
Ornan is going to, first off, get big. He's going to summon Ethos.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack with my hammer.
Are you going to attack the one that's more hurt or less hurt?
The one that's more hurt first.
Okay.
First one is a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
And that does 15 bludgeoning, 3 Ethos for a total of 18 damage.
Okay. This guy is looking very, very rough.
Okay, I'll come back with my next one and hit him again, or at least attempt to. That one is a nat 1 to hit on that. Oh, but can I retro and sap that guy?
So he has disadvantage on his next attack?
Yeah.
Okay, sure thing.
Okay, and then that will be my turn.
Okay. We're back to the top of the initiative order with Sylvie. Sylvie, at initiative 23, what are you going to do? You have this storm sphere. Nobody is inside of it currently.
Yes.
But you can still make lightning shoot out of it.
I am going to do that for my bonus action. And I am going to go towards the frog that Ornan just hit. I'm trying to get rid of that guy. Let's kill him.
Gotcha, okay.
Come on, big money. That's a 16 to hit.
That will miss.
Okay. Don't want to use a lot of high level spells right now. So I think I'm just going to do a magic missile for my action. And I'm going to get this guy who's
the same guy?
guy who looks, the guy who looks like he's not doing as well.
Okay.
And that's what, 5 times 3, so that's 15.
Nice.
That's enough. This frog knight falls to the ground. You see him like call out, and he's like, "No ancestors!" And then he's dead. All right. Is that it for Sylvie?
That is it for me. Yep.
All right. Then, Guy, it is your turn. You are up.
Okay, this is totally giving me Breath of Fire 2 vibes when you go to like the French, like there's a bunch of French frogs and you're looking for a golden fly. Do you remember that?
Oh gosh, vaguely. Jean is the guy who joins you and he uses a rapier, right?
Yeah. Yes. So for my bonus action, I'm going to cast Investiture of the Void at level 3. Just give myself 15 more hit points.
Okay.
More temp hit points. And of course, if they attack me, which they're probably going to try to do, then they'll get hurt from it. And then I will the most hurt one, I'm going to take my first swing with the Queen's right hand at him.
Okay.
That's a nat 20, only for a total of 8 radiant damage.
And with 5 hit points left, you bring that frog knight down. Again, he calls out, "No ancestors, watch over me and my family." Okay, what else are you going to do?
Followed up with 2 strikes from the spectral mace at the one directly north of me.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
First one's an 11, so that will probably miss. But the second one is another nat 20.
Nice, another crit.
So that will at least be 17 force damage.
Nice. Just like that, you doubled the amount of damage that this knight has taken. Okay, anything else you want to do?
That's action and bonus action, and if I do movement, they'll start attacking me, so I'll just stay where I'm at.
Okay. All right, that's now going to bring us to a Baldric's turn. Oh, here we go. He casts Heat Metal on the
frog in water.
The one who has advantage on both of his strikes. That is going to be on the armor that this knight is wearing, which means...
No, Baldric, you have to turn it up little by little. They won't notice that way.
This frog starts leaping around, and it glows. The armor starts to glow red hot, and this frog is going to take 2d8 fire damage. 13 fire damage. All right. And more importantly, this frog now has disadvantage on all attack rolls and ability checks because he cannot take this armor off fast enough. Very good. Clutch move, Baldric. Thanks, Paul.
His first attack will be a normal attack, though, because he was supposed to have advantage, right?
Actually, both of his attacks will be with advantage because he has the help action and he has the croak. All right.
So they're both going to be normal then. Okay.
Both normal. Okay. All right. That is going to bring us now to the Frog Knight's turn. First off, we're going to start down on the end with Ornan. Ornan, there are 2 glaive attacks coming your way. We have a 10 and a natural 20.
Ooh. Oh, man. Ornan's going to give him some crazy eyes for his reaction, and he has to reroll that.
20. Dirty 20.
All right, the 20 will hit.
Okay. You are going to then take 11 slashing damage.
All right. -4.
And then we have got the 2 that are attacking at Guy. The first one is going to make 2 regular attacks because heat metal and the help action and the crow. Okay, so here we go. 2 regular attacks. It's going to be a 10 and an 8. Both of those are going to miss. The other knight is going to take 1 attack with advantage from the croak, and that's going to be a 23 to hit. He will immediately take, 15 damage?
15 damage.
And you will take 10 damage. 10 slashing damage.
Oh, brutal.
And the next attack is just a regular attack, and that one is going to be a 16 to hit, which is your AC, I believe.
Yep. So he takes another 15 damage.
Oh my gosh. He is looking so hurt and deals 6 more damage to you.
Oh, dang it. That ends as 1 over what my Investor to the Void had in it, so...
Oh, gosh. All right. Well, I believe that is it for these knights. And now we're going to move on to Mogram. Mogram, you are prone.
All right. I will spend half of my movement to go ahead and stand up. And then with a 4th level spell slot, we're going to pull up Swirling Ether again. This time it's going to be 48 damage and not 3d8.
Oh, gosh. All right. So we have got... Froggy Doggy, 2 knights, and 1 cook all need to make their save. Difficulty 17, right?
Difficulty 17.
It doesn't hit the squire up at the top?
Oh, I guess it does hit the squire up at the top, too.
Well, and to ensure it, I'm going to use my remaining movement to move over and not leave the threat range of the cook that's been attacking me.
Okay.
But this way I can get the other cook that's kind of hanging out down on the bottom right of the screen.
Okay, sure thing, Shadowheart. Okay, this is how I use Shadowheart in Baldur's Gate 3. All right, so the 2 knights both make it. How much damage do they take?
18 radiant.
All right, one of the knights who made it dies anyway. The other one is going to take 9. Okay, now we have the frog squire. He fails, takes all that damage, and is instantly dead.
Yay!
Doesn't it feel so good, Mogram?
The Froggy Doggy is going to make it and take half damage, which is 9, and is looking so incredibly hurt. And then we have the cooks. The cooks are going to roll, and 17, they both fail. And so they each take 18 damage.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. What else are you going to do, Mogram? You moved a little bit. You cast a spell. Anything else you want to do?
No, that's it. That's all I can do.
All right. That brings us now then to the Bullywug Bard. The Bullywug Bard is going to, once again, let out a deep croak.
Oh, yeah. Real sexy like.
Like real sexy.
Right, don't you love it? Don't you love it when that throat pouch expands? That bulge?
You could fit a lot of things in that throat pouch.
He moves up a little bit closer, and then he lets out this deep croak. Anyone within 20 feet, which looks like we got Mogram and Guy. That is... Wait, no, it's anyone within 30 feet. We have Mogram and Guy and Baldric. All need to make wisdom saving throws. That is difficulty 12.
Remember your D4 key.
Oh yeah. So okay, with my D4, I would definitely make it. I rolled an 11, and D4 can't be less than 1. So
But Baldric with his D4 made it. Oh wait, he doesn't have the D4. Never mind.
Nope.
Baldric failed.
Baldric screwed. Yeah, Mogram got an 18. He should be okay. -2, I guess. He's still exhausted, so 16.
Baldric is going to take 10 damage, and Guy and Magram both take 5 psychic damage from this croak. Also, Baldric has disadvantage on Constitution saving throws until the end of his next turn.
So I need to do another Constitution save?
You
make it.
Do. It's difficulty 10.
Man. DC 10.
Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh!
Even if you rolled a 4 on that D4.
Oh. What did you roll?
I got a 5.
Oh gosh.
I rolled a 2. I rolled a 1 the first time. I rolled a 2 this time.
And just like that, the swirling ether goes away. All right. That is the bard's turn. It is now the
I get the feeling that you're trying to eat up our resources before we face off against the last remaining swamp sister.
Maybe.
It's now the cook's turn. The cooks. One of the cooks is already in base to base with Magram. The other one comes rushing up towards Magram, and they are both going to make their attacks at you. First one, Magram, attacking you with a spear is going to be a 14 to hit. Does that hit you?
That will not hit.
Okay, then there is a bite incoming, and that is going to be even worse. That's going to be a 9. The second one is going to try to spear you. That is going to be a natural 20.
Ornan is going to switch places.
Okay, it's still a natural 20.
Yeah, I think you just come next to me.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and you
I will
basically
be
will
next
take
to
the
you.
hit.
You are standing on one of these banquet tables. You take this hit of a natural 20. That is going to be 15 piercing damage.
Okay, -4 to 11.
And I need you to make a difficulty 13 strength save or be knocked prone.
Oh, man. That is a 17.
Yeah, you are fine, but there is now a bite incoming. It is also coming at Magram, and that is going to be a 10. That's going to miss. Okay. That is the cooks. Both cooks have now done their turn, and that is now going to bring us to the squires are all dead. Now it is time for the froggy doggy to go. The froggy doggy is going to leap through the air.
Do I get an attack of opportunity as he leaves?
You get an attack of opportunity, yes. It is leaping towards Sylvie.
Come at me, bro.
It's a 13 to hit. Do I club it out of the air with 11 damage?
You do! You do kill it! As it leaps out of the air, trying to knock down Sylvie, you club it out of the air and lands in a puddle and whimpers. You didn't know that frogs could whimper, but it's just this pitiful sound.
Oh my gosh.
It just ragdolls like you're playing Skyrim.
Exactly.
Getting hit by one of those giants and sending off into the sky.
Yeah, or I Fusro dotted, or yeah,
Okay, really quick. We talk about Skyrim. I started playing it again a little while ago, and at the very beginning, when the guy's like, "Screw this! I'm not gonna die," and he goes running off, and whenever he gets shot with the arrow, he instantly does the splits every single time.
It's the most casual falling motion.
It's one of those things where it's like they could have at least made his fall look better because he always falls no matter what, right? Anyway, that's just my. Anyway, I'll stop. Okay, that now brings us to Ornan at the end of the initiative. Ornan, you are now over by the frog cooks. You are more on the east side of the room. What are you gonna do?
All right, I'm going to start attacking the frog cooks.
Okay.
The one that's right next to me to the east side by Magram.
Yeah.
The first one is a 20 to hit
That'll hit.
for 11 bludgeoning, 5 ethos for 16 damage.
Okay. Good hit.
Then I'm gonna push that cook away 10 feet from me.
Okay, perfect. Straight back 10 feet back towards the kitchen that he came out of.
Wow, I can't believe Ornan would say frogs belong in the kitchen. That's messed up.
I wasn't. That was not the intention.
He's like, get back in the kitchen, you. Make me a sandwich.
You can go in the kitchen if you like that. There's no gender associated with that role.
Guy, you hear you hear these cooks say, "We really like our jobs. We love being in the kitchen."
I went to school for this. I'm living my dream.
I went to Le Cordon Bleu Institute.
Then Ornan is going to attack the other frog that he didn't hit.
Okay.
That's still next to Mogrim, and that one is a 23 to hit, or pardon me, a 21 to hit.
That'll hit. Yep.
For 16 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to push that cook 10 feet away from me as well.
Right up next to Baldric. That
That's right.
cook that you just clobbered is looking so rough. Is that your whole turn?
I'm going to drink some mycelium mead real quick because I am hurting. I'm hurting.
Oh, you are? Okay, good to know.
For 14 health.
It's your turn, Sylvia. You're down south by the kind of the entrance still. You have a dead froggy doggy. There is a dead frog knight, but there is still one standing who is in your threat range. Your storm sphere is still swirling. What are you going to do?
How is this guy doing? This guy who's right in front of me.
It looks like he is not bloodied yet.
Heck.
So he has at least half his hit points.
Then yeah, let's try to do another zap at him.
Okay.
Let's see what we can do here.
His AC is 18. He's got this full plate on.
So that is 19.
19 will hit. Roll some damage.
17 damage.
Nice. That is a big hit.
Okay,
For a
and
bonus
then
action, that's really good.
I'm gonna do another first level. It's my last first level slot. Magic missile. So let's see. That is 3 times 3 is 9.
9 more damage. Still standing, but went from not bloodied to on the verge of death. This guy is looking so rough.
Get out of here, you cold-blooded bastard.
He takes offense to that. It's like, my mother was a pure woman.
He's like, it's not my fault that I never knew my dad.
All right. Guy, it's your turn.
All right, so I'm going to bonus action. I'll just do a first level investiture of the void. Give myself 5 temporary hit points.
There's only one of these knights next to you that's still alive, but is not bloodied yet.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead and take some attacks at him.
Okay.
15 to hit plus a d4. Let's see if that can be a 4. I think they have pretty... Oh, it's only a 16. 16 to hit.
Yeah, their AC is 18. They're wearing full plate.
Okay. Let's do a couple of the other attacks. Followed up with the 2 attacks. It's a 21 and a 24.
Yeah, both of those hit.
The 21 does 13 force damage, and the 24 does 6 force damage. So 19 force damage total on this guy.
Nice. Very good. Yep, now this guy's looking a little bit rougher. All right, anything else you want to do?
No, that's my turn. I'm going to stay here because I'm within 30 feet of Sylvia, so if it looks like she's getting into trouble, I can pop over and help her out.
You're not my real dad.
Well, it is now Baldric's turn. He is going to, again, continue to concentrate on this heat metal. And, yep, he's going to use his bonus action to flare that metal up again. And that is going to be, maximum damage, 16 fire damage. This guy has taken 65 damage, and he has 66 hit points left. This guy is hanging on by a thread. Baldric sees that. Oh, he's got this Bullywug cook right in front of him. Never mind. I was going to say, oh, wow. What are the chances? Baldric is going to pull out his staff, because he has a quarterstaff. I don't know if you guys ever knew that. And he is going to try to hit.
Oh, I can tell you it's a full-size staff.
Nothing quarter about that staff. Oh my gosh. Go.
It's a music staff.
Wah, wah.
Anybody who hits with it gets into treble clef.
Get out.
Thank you, everyone. I'll be here all week.
Wait, was James Bartles back for a minute?
I think I just channeled him.
Honestly, his jokes were more pleasant than this.
Well, with a 6, he is going to miss trying to strike the Bullywug Cook. All right, that is his turn, and that brings us now to the Knights. There are 2 left, one over by Sylvie and one with the heat metal next to Guy. So the one next to Sylvie, 2 attacks coming your way, Sylvie. Does a 15 or an 11 hit you?
A 15 will hit.
Except that I will switch. I will zip over there and take that attack
you zip
instead.
over there and you take 8 slashing damage
Thanks, Dad.
with your Vesture of the Void.
He takes 5 damage. I did a level 1.
This guy is looking so bad. All right, but then we still have the heat metal one. The heat metal one is going to, now that there's not Guy in the way, is going to rush towards Magram. And the only one who can understand what is being said is Guy. And Guy, what you hear is, "For Fen and Fog, may our gods strike you down." And then he is going to strike down on Magram.
Okay.
With disadvantage from the heat metal. The first roll was a natural 20. The second one, okay, so does a 12 hit you?
No, 12 does not hit.
Okay, the next roll with disadvantage, a natural 1.
Heat metal is coming in clutch.
Yes, it has. All right, let me see if there's anything else he can do. No, I think he's done everything he can.
This one over here by Sylvie, did it do both of its attacks or just one of them?
It did both of its attacks. It missed with the first one.
Okay, just making sure.
Teacher's pet.
I love how I'm trying to help Sylvie out, and I get chastised for trying to be your dad, and then also just making sure that I wasn't getting an unfair advantage. Come on.
Magram, your turn. After you go, then the Bard goes and the Cooks go again.
Okay, so I'm going to... Magram looks exhausted, but you see him grab the symbol of Kelemvor again and again ignite up his swirling ether. This one just at a 3rd level.
Oh my gosh.
So just at a 3rd level.
Oh yeah.
How many spells have you burnt through?
I've burnt a couple of them.
All right, so we've got a Knight and a Cook and another Cook that all need to make the save. The Knight, it does not matter. He cannot survive it. The Cook next to Baldric also cannot survive it. They each only had 1 hit point left.
Okay.
The last Cook, the one down to the south that is being attacked by Ornan, is going to make a Wisdom saving throw, and that is going to be, it's only going to be a 16.
Okay, so it's 20 radiant damage.
Oh, nice.
20 radiant damage, and what does it look like as this Cook is melted by your swirling ether?
Yeah, I think, there is a current, almost like a wind to this. And so I imagine this like bursting into flames, kind of being pulled apart, like almost disintegrated and then kind of stripped away off to be carried with this flow of spiritual energy.
Your spells are always so comforting, Magram.
I am a healer. Look at me heal all of these people. And then I'm going to walk forward a little bit so I can get the Bard.
Did that kill both Cooks and the Knight?
Yes.
Killed both Cooks and the Knight. The only 2 combatants left on the field are the Bard, who has not taken any damage, and the Knight over by Sylvie and Guy. All right, so this Bullywug Bard then needs to make a save and is going to fail as well and take 20 damage. That is the first damage that this Bullywug Bard has taken. And that's it. Okay, anything else that Magram's going to do?
Yeah, that's all Magram's got.
Quick, somebody grapple Magram and start running around the battlefield.
Okay, it's now the Bullywug Bard's turn. He's going to take a step back and once again is going to let out a big croak. And looks like Magram, Ornan, and Baldric all need to make wisdom saving throws, or the loud croak starts to pierce your ears with psychic damage.
Is this a spell?
No, this is Claire's. Because you're piercing your ears.
Jeez.
Classic.
This is a natural croak.
Magram got a 25.
You pass.
Ornan got a 16 actually because of the exhaustion.
Okay, that will make it. And Baldric got a natural 20 for a 22. Everyone takes half damage, which it is 14 psychic damage, so 7. Everyone takes 7 damage.
Okay, here we go, guys.
Jordan, you gotta make it this time.
Come on, guys. Here we go.
Law of averages, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
20
it
this
stays
time.
up this time. It
All
stays
right.
up this time. All right. The Bullywug cooks are dead. The Bullywug squires are dead. The Froggy doggies are dead. We are on to Ornan. Ornan, there is a bard at the far, further away to the north, and there is a knight over to the west.
Okay, Ornan's gonna run up to the bard and start taking some attacks.
Okay.
If you could get around to the other side of him, you could push him back into the swirling ether.
The first one is an 11 to hit.
That will miss.
And the second one, I don't know if I have enough movement for what you just said, but I could get. I don't know that I'd be able to push him in, but I could.
Yeah, you
step
have
a bit.
-5 to your movement as well with exhaustion. So
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, then that's as far as I can go. The second attack is a 25 to hit
That'll hit.
for 10 bludgeoning and 4 ethos for 14 damage total.
What does that look like as you clobber this bard?
Ornan recognizes that they're sentient, so he's gonna do the spare the dying on it, but he just like slams it right into the rotund belly of this frog, and it just like ripples through his whole body. So you just like waves of his fat just like extending out from where he impacted on him. He's not dead. He
Okay.
is.
Are you
he's
going?
throwing up night crawlers and mealworms.
Are you? Oh yeah, you see that like on their plates and stuff, like they're eating like, bugs and snails and things like that. Are you going
Nice.
to push him 10 feet?
No. If he's going down, I'm just gonna leave him there.
Because you can push him 10 feet into the storm sphere.
No, he's just staying there.
Okay. All right. He is unconscious. And Sylvie, we're back up to you. What are you going to do?
All right, let's use this bonus action again and see if we can get this guy in front of me to die, because I really am pissed off that he's still alive.
Okay.
So that is 19 to hit.
That'll hit. Yeah. I don't think there's any way that this guy can survive any kind of damage from this.
Nice, it's at least 4 damage, so.
Then he's done.
All right, so he is dead. Cool.
Yes. What does that look like as the lightning bolt comes out and strikes this frog in his full plate armor?
Smells like frog legs, bitches.
Delicious.
And with that, we are going to cue victory music.
Oh, hell yeah.
Huzzah!
I feel pretty good about this, guys.
I mean, I feel pretty exhausted, but yay us, right? We just defeated a whole army.
Yeah,
You
I
did.
wish we didn't have to, but, it do be that way sometimes.
I kept this one alive.
You see this little frog, or this big fat frog with this tiny little. It's like a ukulele in his hands. Is lying there, shallow breathing, lying in this ankle deep water. So everybody else is dead. Looking around the room, I will just say, no insight check needed. The first thing you notice, Ornan, this is full plate armor, multiple suits of it, better than what you're wearing.
Oh, I would definitely like one if it's sized for me.
You know that because it's not magical, it's not going to size for you, but I'll say with a short rest, you could size it to you.
Oh, I'll be taking one.
Maybe we take a few for our troubles.
Yeah.
What you guys find relatively well, actually, first, how much time do you want to spend?
I want to spend an hour.
You want to spend an hour. You want to do a short rest.
An hour sounds nice.
Short rest, right? We're
Yes, no, let's do that, because I would like to use my arcane recovery. I definitely could use
Alright,
that.
Yeah. Before we do that, I'll drop my swirling ether,
Okay.
and I'm going to use my astral walk of radiating peace to kind of walk around the group to heal everybody for 2d6 plus 5.
All right. How much is that going to be then?
12 points of healing for everybody.
That does feel a lot better. Thank you, Margrim.
Nice.
Honestly, I'm not doing bad.
Baldric is doing a lot better than he was. That's great.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
So you guys are going to hang out here for an hour. Do you guys want to kind of explore
Do
as
we
you
want
are?
do we want to do a short rest? Do we want to take some time here?
Yes.
I could keep going if we needed to.
I could do the same, but a short rest sounds delightful.
We should also stuff your backpack with all these suits of full plate.
Yes, we should.
I was thinking the same thing.
I'm not trying to be a greedy goblin man, but let's get all of the loot.
And I'm taking one of these chef's hats for myself.
You find five glaives, 5 suits of plate. Are you going to size it for yourself right now, Ornan?
During the short rest, I'd probably size one of them. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, perfect. All right, so then you get taking this short rest. By the end of it, you will have plate armor. Your AC will increase by 1, which is pretty awesome. Those are what the knights are carrying. Each one of them are also carrying like a weird, like a little sack with like money. But when you open up the money, it's little wooden coins, and the face that's like carved onto these wooden coins. One side it looks like kind of a stylized swamp sister, and the other side just looks like this giant frog's head. So they have these wooden coins. It looks like this must be like their money, but you don't know how valuable they would actually be in the material plane. That's what you find. So I'd say like between the 5 knights, you probably have easily 95 of these wooden coins.
And everybody, I don't think we should feel bad about killing them. You guys couldn't understand what they were saying, but I could. And the whole time they were like, yeah, we love the devil. And the Swamp Sisters are like our queens. And man, isn't it great, like committing tax fraud and all this kind of just terrible things.
Oh.
Horrible things.
Well, technically, if they're committing tax fraud against the hags, then, enemy of my enemy. But I see what you're saying.
Oh no, they were very clear to specify that no, it was in Via Severia and they were doing like robocalls and all that kind of thing. They were just the worst.
They were the worst.
Ornan's backpack is like 3 feet taller than it was, and you can see like 4 suits of armor like sticking out in like all sorts of angles.
Ornan, as you're looking at this armor that you have, I imagine it has some like iconography from these frog knights. What kind of iconography is on the armor that you're now wearing?
So the pauldrons are like frog faces, but they're facing inward, and
Nice.
it's their tongues are shooting out, and it clasps at the at the nape of the neck, where the tongues are like
Amazing.
tied together around a big fly, and then it's got just like swamp motifs all throughout the chest plate.
Nice. There's also a cape, by the way. All these, if you want to wear the cape, you can.
Yes, the Ornan is wearing the cape.
Okay, it's kind of this purplish.
It's kind of stuck on the backpack, so it's not like flowing great, but he's wearing it.
It just drapes over the top.
It looks great, Ornan.
Thank you, Sylvie. I appreciate that.
As you are kind of rummaging around with these teenagers, these squires, you see that they are wearing just leather armor. They each have shields and spears. So there's 5 shields and 5 spears. You see amongst them much less money. So between the 5 of them, there's only 15 of these wooden coins.
Also, don't feel bad about the teenagers. Like, every other word out of their mouth was either skibbity or sigma or, what was it, Riz? They kept talking about how much Riz they had.
Well, you
dear.
never have to feel bad for killing children. They haven't been around that long, so it's fine.
Sounds like your children go to the same school as mine.
Are we the bad guys? I'm pretty sure now. This is starting to feel like we're the bad guys now.
I'm pointing to this one here that's right next to where Ornan's token is. And like, this one's last words were literally Skibbity, Ohio.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Okay, he deserved it then.
These cooks, they are wearing just makeshift armor. Their shields were literally pot lids, but their spears actually look really, really well made. So out of anything that they might have of value, those spears would probably be the most valuable things that they were carrying.
Oh, I could spend the short rest looking at the spears to see kind of what they are.
Okay, very good. All right, and then the last thing is the Bullywug Bard. There is this ukulele, and it is wearing sort of leather armor. It actually has a shield as well, and it carries a spear. But there's also it's wearing this necklace that kind of gets lost in the folds of its fat because it's just so large and round. But as you see him laying there on his back, kind of unconscious, you can see that he's got this necklace on, and it has this icon of a frog.
Yeah, I'll identify the spears and the necklace if you guys want me to.
Yeah, no, that'd be great.
Yeah.
All right, very good. And you guys are going to hang out here for an hour. Anything else you guys want to do? There is other things to, there's a little kitchen area you can see. As you're spending this hour moving around, you see that there is the last room here that never got opened is actually a little storage room. There's crates and bags of flour and things, but they're just sitting in the water, just soaking up this swampy, dirty water. You can see that there is, in the kitchen, they were preparing these weird feasts of grass with snails and large cicada-sized cockroaches and things like that. Just all of these bugs
Don't
and nastiness.
eat anything.
Oh, but the cicada looks scrumptious. Look at its thorax.
The other thing that you do see in the kitchen, you do see a shelf, and on the shelf you do see what look like 3 health potions.
We'll pocket these for later,
Might as
at
well,
least.
yeah.
Maybe we don't drink them here.
Good idea.
Wisdom.
These are the second tier health potions, whatever those are. So not the 2d4 plus 2 or whatever. It's
greater
So
ones?
it's greater.
It's greater,
healing?
yeah, greater healing potions. The other thing is at the north end, there is this kind of pavilion. You can see that there are 3 chairs set up. I already described this a little bit. And the chair on the right is this kind of leather-bound throne-like chair. And then the 2 other chairs, they look like they're the same size, but they are covered by black drapery. And then in front of them on this table, there are 3 place settings. So that is what you see on the dais. Guy, you are casting Identify. The necklace that the bard is wearing is some sort of icon for a frog god of some kind. I guess it would give you the name, but you can't say it in common. It's glorp glorp. So you have an icon of glorp glorp. And what it can do if you wear it, it will give you a swim speed equal to your walk speed.
All right. Anybody who's bad at swimming, this will help you be better at it. It's an icon of glorp glorp.
Praise glorp glorp. I've always thought that.
As you're looking at these spears, you realize that both of these spears, let me just make sure I got this right because they changed the rules on some of these weapons. Let me just look real quick. So you guys talk amongst yourselves.
So anyway, one of the central tenets of glorp glorp worship is I started that sentence and I had nowhere.
Oh my
Only
gosh.
have cold blood, never have cold feet. That's my favorite adage.
Oh my gosh.
That's good. I've heard they're supposed to leave their food in their pouches and their cheeks for long periods of time.
Oh. You guys, we just murdered a lot of these people here in their place.
Nope. Hey, the one I hit is still alive and perhaps might wake up soon.
Technically, I think they're fae, not people anyway. So, maybe the laws of death are different here. Who knows?
Gee, Sylvia, I didn't take you for a fascist, so...
I'm just saying we don't know what their afterlife looks like. Maybe they just get reincarnated into a manhogany tree.
This true.
Oh, can I sign up for that?
No, I don't think it's like the glorp glorp worship. I don't think you can just sign up for it.
I wouldn't mind having a manhogany reincarnated. But never mind.
We see the picture quite clearly in our minds.
Regardless of what they worship or the fact that they were sapient or anything like that, they do serve the hags. They serve the Swamp Sisters. And in fact, some of the things they were saying as they were falling in battle, I wondered if they worshipped them as gods.
Good heavens, that's kind of crazy.
Or maybe the god was Glorpka Glorp. But regardless,
Irregardless.
I think that the settings up there with the black shroud, maybe that's in honor of the fallen sisters.
I think this one's going to have to find a new god soon.
Yes. I was going to say, Ornan, I don't want to burst your bubble, but I'm not sure that keeping that one alive is much of a mercy at this point.
Well, that's just how I do it from here on out. I don't want to kill anything that's, conscious, if you will. Reasoning.
Yeah, Magram, this is how he do it.
Oh my god. That's right.
On a Friday night, we might want to subdue or restrain that one just to be on the safe side.
All right. So the spears are, as you're looking at these spears, they're very well made, and as you identify them, you realize that these are what are they called? I gotta come up with a cool name.
Wait, are they Rodizio Grill like meat skewers?
I thought they were needlers of the master chef.
These are the Master Chef's spears. What they are is they are +1 spears that also return when you throw them.
I want one. Please, can I have one?
Oh, yes. I'll take the other.
Do they require attunement?
Yes, they do.
Oh, rats.
But they probably sell for lots of money.
I'm taking off my gloves and I'm taking the spear. I'm attuning to the spear.
Okay, gotcha.
Nice.
Right, very good. All right. You guys are hanging out here for about an hour. I need everyone to make wisdom saves, difficulty 20, but only one of you needs to succeed.
Oh, man.
Oh, okay.
I don't like this a whole lot.
Oh, darn. Margrim got a 15.
Sylvie got an 18.
Oh, close.
Ornan got an 11. Oh, do we get to roll the +4 though? For
It is for
aura
saves,
thing?
but it's supposed to only be for 10 minutes that...
By the time this is
Oh,
up, then it wouldn't last.
bummer.
But anyone who has a leftover bardic inspiration can use it as well. Sylvie, you got what? You got a 19?
No, I got an 18. I don't know why it rolled so many times. I don't know how I did
well,
that.
you are only 2
I got really
away.
excited when I saw the 21.
No, I like rolled like 15 times in a row for no reason.
Do you still have a bardic, Sylvie?
I don't know if he gave it to me. Didn't he give it to you?
No, so I know for a fact that Guy gave you one, Sylvie.
Oh, that's right. But yeah, I think I used that though, like last episode.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, we all
All right.
failed. We all failed.
Aldrich got a 9. Magram, you don't have yours anymore, correct?
No.
You just used yours this fight.
Yep.
Okay. All right. You guys are hanging out. You guys are kind of resting and recovering some hit points. You guys are looking through all the equipment that these frogs were carrying, and this bard, this frog bard, is lying here unconscious. And an hour passes, and then you guys are kind of, I guess, ready to go. The bard is still asleep, still knocked out, unconscious. There is only one way out of this room. It is up in the northeast corner. There is a staircase going up, and then there's a door at the top of the stairs.
Before we leave, I want to restrain, just grab leather straps or scraps of clothing, whatever I can find to tie up this bard, just so he can't come after us.
Yeah, not a problem. You get him all tied up, and he is subdued. Okay, so are you guys gonna head up further into the castle?
Let's get this hag.
Yeah.
My wisdom says nothing's going on, so let's go.
Totally fine.
All right, Magram, you can stop there. You guys come up the stairs, and at the top of the stairs, there's this door. As you open it, you can see that you are back outside. You are in some sort of a courtyard, but you're in there's like some stairs directly ahead of you that take you up to the courtyard level. You're still kind of subterranean at this point. I need everyone to make perception checks.
Ornan got a 1.
Ooh, Guy got a 15.
Agram got a 25.
Sylvie got an 11.
All right. Oh, Baldric got a 21. Magram, Guy, and Baldric, as you guys come out, you can hear sort of the night sounds you would expect to hear in a swamp. You hear like crickets. You can hear like the movement of wind as it blows through trees. You hear the dripping of wet leaves on the ground. You hear the deep croak of the frogs in the water, but
Guy feels guilty.
They're singing, "Can't wait for Dad to come home. Dad, can't wait for them to come home."
You hear that the frog croak is actually, you think it sounds very distant, and then you realize, no, it's not distant. It's so quiet because it is so deep, so bass, that you can only hear it on the edge of your hearing.
Yo, this frog is super based.
All right, you guys are going to move up the stairs?
Yep.
There is like a little wall around the staircase. As you're standing there in the bottom, you can't actually see out into the courtyard. But as you guys move up, you can see you can either take the staircase to the left or to the right. Which one do you want to take?
I'm going to motion for us to split up.
Let's split up. Yeah, nice.
I'll go right, you go left.
I'll go left.
Ornan will go right.
I'll go with Baldric.
Baldric's going to go left with Guy.
Oh my.
Okay.
Oh, man.
As you guys step out, you see that you are in this courtyard. This courtyard, there is the center of the courtyard. There is this like fey tree that grows up out of this central like planter. There's grasses and things on either side. It looks like there's like these garden areas, but they've all kind of been overgrown with moss and grass and these trees, all this swamp vegetation. You can see that the walls of the courtyard are lined. It's this stone castle, but there are these giant roots of like willow trees or whatever that grow up the side of these walls. You enter at the south side of this courtyard. At the north side of the courtyard, you can see that the courtyard is walled in, but at the north side, you can see there are 3 towers, and each one of the towers has a doorway going into it. There's a tower on the left, a tower straight ahead, and a tower on the right. The tower on the right, the interesting thing you see is that the doorway is blocked by this fire, this 10-foot wide, like 20-foot tall, eternally burning fire. Something is blocking the way to enter into the east side tower. But more importantly than that, you hear that deep bass rumble of a giant frog. So
It's a
big,
big boy.
you might even call it a frog-hemoth.
Oh no.
And we are going to roll initiative next time.
Oof.
All right, you guys.
Wanawanga. Oh, 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 oh.
There's a lot of frogs out here.
A lot more frogs than I was expecting.
Well, you guys, hey, thank you guys for playing. Don't forget, you guys did get a quote-unquote short rest. Next time we get together, we'll see what
quote unquote.
I don't like the quotes on that.
Only one person needed to pass that wisdom save.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Paul.
What?
You
You're a
All right.
monster.
You guys are out here in this courtyard with this frog-hemoth. Next time we get together, we'll see what happens. It looks like there's ways forward, but maybe the god of these frog knights is here in the courtyard, ready to do battle with you. Anyway, hey, go check out our Patreon if you want to see some of the tokens for these frogs. I'll probably post them up there on the
Wait, the
on the
god.
wiki.
This isn't Quark or whatever. Is
this
it?
is Gork or whatever his name was.
No, not
potentially.
Gork.
But yeah, I'll put the pictures of the frogs because some of them were pretty cute. I like the chefs and the bard. I think that they were my favorite.
Yeah, they were pretty-
Anyway, so go check out Patreon. Also, don't forget we have a shop. We have that really cool pink eye t-shirt, so go get that and leave a rating and a review.
Selling
It
like
really helps
hot
us
cakes.
out. Selling like hotcakes. Yes.
Selling like pink eye.
Also, for anyone who is a patron and listens to Your Neighbor's Potatoes, last time we put out Your Neighbor's Potatoes, we talked a little bit about something that we're thinking about doing in the future. And I'll just say more information to come, but I'm really, really excited for it. And if you don't know what we're talking about, maybe become a patron and go listen to some of Your Neighbor's Potatoes, and you can get a little sneak peek of some of our plans moving forward.
Hey, fun fact, actually, if you find us on Patreon, you can purchase them individually if you want to give it a try. See what it is, $3.
There you go.
Unless you're
Fantastic.
listening to it on Apple, then it's like $4.50 because extra fees or whatever there.
Everything Apple is always more expensive, even though it's not necessarily better. I will
That's true.
die on this hill.
You're
Okay.
not wrong.
It's because Apple takes a huge cut, and so they have to inflate the prices for developers to get any money.
Yeah. Well, anyway, on that note, until we get together next time, we hope you have a great time.